As we journey deeper, life's mysteries only grow darker, and the questions cut even closer to the bone. In this next level, we're entering the strange, the unexplained, the deeply unsettling truths that linger just beyond our understanding. Imagine looking into the unknown and finding that the answers are more terrifying than the questions. From mysteries science has yet to unlock, to the chilling possibility that we may never truly understand the universe around us, each of these topics will chip away at the comfort of certainty. We've left the surface behind. Now, brace yourself as we dive into the unknown. By subscribing to our channel, you play a vital role in keeping our content alive and thriving. Your support makes all the difference. Unexplained, mysterious events. Imagine growing up thinking the world is orderly and predictable, but what if somewhere along the way you realize there are cracks in that order, strange things that defy explanation, events you can't dismiss as mere coincidence or folklore. These aren't the ghost stories you tell to spook your friends. These are moments that linger, moments that make you question what you think you know about reality. Think about it. People disappearing without a trace, entire ships vanishing from the ocean, radios picking up voices from unknown sources. Some believe these are glitches in the fabric of reality itself, tiny moments where the rules of existence slip and show us something else, a world we aren't meant to see. Why do some people have vivid, undeniable memories of events or even whole histories that no one else remembers? Could there be fragments of other realities colliding with ours? Are these events hints of something larger, something incomprehensible that operates beyond human understanding? If you try to unravel these mysteries, be prepared for a terrifying truth. No amount of science, logic, or reason seems enough to explain them. So, we're left with theories. Some point to quantum physics, others to ancient legends. But there's something hauntingly unsettling about the fact that even the brightest minds can't agree. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is there something about these events that we're not meant to understand? Or worse, could the answer be staring us in the face, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the day we're finally ready to confront it? These unexplained events are like dark mirrors, reflecting our deepest fears about the unknown. But as we stare into them, we must ask ourselves, do we really want to know what's on the other side? Or is some knowledge too disturbing, too world-shattering to ever be uncovered? Are you enough? As you move through life, there's a lingering question that gnaws at the back of your mind, a question we all face but rarely voice out loud. Are you enough? It's a question as haunting as it is profound, weaving itself into the quiet moments when you're left alone with your thoughts. Society, family, friends, all of them seem to carry silent expectations. To succeed, to look a certain way, to follow a specific path. And when you falter, even for a second, it creeps in, am I enough? But how do you measure something so elusive? How can you quantify what it means to be enough? You begin to realize that this question doesn't have an answer. It's a shadow that follows you, a weight pressing down harder each time you feel like you're failing. Every mistake, every missed opportunity, every comparison with someone who seems better than you, they add fuel to the question, making it burn deeper into your mind. And maybe the most disturbing part, you're not even sure what enough would look like. Would it be achieving more, or maybe being someone entirely different? And then there's the unsettling thought, what if it's a question that has no answer? Or worse, what if the answer is that no one is ever truly enough, that we're all just fragments trying to fit together in a world that keeps moving the goalposts? It's terrifying to think that maybe you'll spend your entire life chasing something that doesn't even exist. Yet the fear of confronting this question is what keeps us running, like some dark promise we're bound to keep chasing. So when the question comes back haunting you in quiet moments, maybe all you can do is look it straight in the eye. Are you enough? And in that pause, as the silence grows, maybe the real terror is realizing that the answer might be whatever you make it, or worse, that you may never find one at all. Humans can't imagine dimensions of the universe. Have you ever truly thought about the universe? Really thought about it? Not just the stars in the night sky or the planets we learn about in school, but the sheer, unimaginable vastness of it all. The universe extends far beyond what our minds can even begin to comprehend. Picture the farthest place you've ever been to. Multiply that distance by 1 billion, then multiply it again. And even then, you wouldn't have touched the surface of its size. But our minds, limited by the dimensions we live in, can't begin to grasp the scale of the universe. Scientists say the universe is constantly expanding, but expanding into what? How can something be so endless with no walls, no ceilings, no boundaries? And even within that infinity, there are levels and layers of space, time, and energy that follow rules we can barely begin to understand. We're confined to 3 dimensions: length, width, and height, and our experience of time moves in one direction. But physicists propose that there could be as many as 11 dimensions. Can you imagine something beyond those 3 simple dimensions? Try to think of a world where space twists, bends, and folds, where time isn't linear but stretches out like a fabric. Our minds simply aren't built to imagine a place where those things are possible. Yet out there, these impossible realities may be woven into the fabric of the universe itself. What if, hidden in those higher dimensions, there are realities that follow their own strange laws of nature? Places where beings exist in forms that would make no sense to us, seeing things we can't see, experiencing time in ways we can't even imagine. We might be like ants on the surface of a balloon, barely aware of the existence of the space above us. Could there be entire worlds we're oblivious to because they are outside the reach of our senses? And then there's the thought that even if we could see these higher dimensions, we might not survive the experience. The sheer strangeness of it could be too much, too alien, breaking the way we perceive reality itself. For now, we're just spectators in a universe that's far beyond our grasp, like children staring into the night, seeing only the faintest glimmers of stars that are already gone. We may never understand it fully, but maybe that's what makes it all the more terrifying. We're left wondering just what is out there in the spaces our minds can't reach. Over 90% of the oceans are undiscovered. We live on a planet covered mostly by water, yet humanity has barely touched the surface of what lies beneath. More than 90% of the ocean remains uncharted, unseen, unexplored, a mysterious world that stretches down into darkness we can barely imagine. Every step we take on land is over a hidden abyss, an enormous unknown frontier filled with secrets that could rewrite everything we know about life, evolution, and the very nature of Earth. Picture this. An entire ecosystem hidden away, filled with species that defy anything we know, creatures that lurk in the dark, untouched by human influence. What lives in the depths so deep that light from the sun has never touched them? And if we were to see these creatures, would we even be able to comprehend them? Scientists have discovered life near underwater volcanic vents that thrive without sunlight, surviving instead on the chemicals spewed from the Earth's crust. If life can adapt to that, then what other forms could exist down there? Beyond what we recognize as life at all, imagine colossal sea creatures hiding in the blackness, predators that have evolved beyond our nightmares, or entire civilizations of life forms so different from us that they might as well be from another planet. In the murky depths, sounds echo in ways we can't interpret. Unexplained noises have been detected from the deep, mysterious, and chilling, with no known origin. They call these sounds the Bloop and Julia, names that feel laughably inadequate when you consider their source. Perhaps an unknown life form, larger and stranger than we can comprehend. Then there's the thought of what lies on the ocean floor. Ancient shipwrecks, lost cities, maybe even remnants of civilizations that disappeared thousands of years ago. Some believe that the ocean could hold evidence of Earth's past cataclysms, proof of asteroids that once wiped out life, or the remnants of land masses swallowed by shifting plates and the relentless ocean. And we're left with an unsettling thought. Humanity is powerful on the land we inhabit, but when it comes to the ocean, we're almost as helpless as any other creature, scratching at the surface of a realm far deeper, darker, and stranger than anything we know. What secrets lie down there, waiting in the dark? We may never know, but isn't that what makes it so terrifying? The stars you see now are long gone. Look up at the night sky and realize you're staring into the past. The stars that dot the darkness above us are not as they appear. The light we see from them has traveled for thousands, even millions of years to reach our eyes. Many of those stars, shimmering so far away, have already burned out, collapsed, or exploded in cataclysmic supernovas. What we see is nothing more than the final echo of a distant past, a cosmic illusion created by the vast empty gulf of space and the slow crawl of light through it. It's strange to think that the light reaching us from a star could be older than human civilization itself, coming from a time before we even existed. Imagine a star that burned out 1,000,000 years ago. Its light has been moving through the emptiness of space for all this time, only to reach Earth tonight, appearing vibrant and alive to the naked eye. To look up is to gaze upon ghosts, celestial phantoms of stars that have ceased to exist, visible only because the truth takes so long to travel across the vast stretches of the cosmos. Consider too what this says about the reality we think we see. Every glance at the night sky is a vision from an ancient past, stars and constellations that no longer resemble the shapes we know. We're seeing stars that have transformed, planets that may no longer exist, and nebulas that have long since faded away. The Orion we see today could look entirely different 1,000,000 years from now, its stars dispersed, reshaped, or vanished entirely. In a way, even the constellations we so confidently mark on our maps are nothing but fading memories, stories written in lights that no longer burn. If you imagine Earth from the perspective of a distant galaxy, we too would look like an echo. Beings in another galaxy, gazing our way, would be seeing Earth as it was hundreds, thousands, even millions of years ago. They would see a blue planet, perhaps untouched by human hands, or one that looks as it did in the age of dinosaurs. And if they tried to peer closer, what might they conclude? Would they even know we're here? The stars remind us of the fragility of time, of existence itself. We're surrounded by evidence of a universe constantly moving, constantly ending, and yet, still in front of us, frozen as it once was. All around us, the night sky is nothing more than an afterimage, a final farewell from the ancient fires that once shaped the cosmos. And so, when we look up, we're not just seeing stars, we're glimpsing into an endless cycle of creation and destruction, a spectacle that plays out over eons, indifferent to our brief, flickering lives.